Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today we're doing a first impressions on a very luxury palette today. I did a poll up on my community tab asking which palette you'd like to see me do a first impressions on, and this came out with the majority, I believe, and it is the Gucci Gorgeous Flora palette. Let's take a moment first before the big reveal. It came in this beautiful velour, I guess you would say, velour little packaging here, and it's very nice packaging, I think. And this is the packaging here as well, and it is gorgeous. A nice heavy metal packaging right there. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? And it says Gucci on the outside. Again, this is the Gorgeous Flora palette, and this is a luxury brand, Gucci. I think most of y'all know. And I have dipped my finger in it, so pardon me, this isn't not the first time that I had to go ahead and dip my finger in it. It does have a beautiful mirror in it, and then here is the palette. I will say the pan sizes are a little bit small, but you also have to be careful with it because this comes out like this. And it's not magnetized in there. That is the one thing. So if I go like that, it will fall out. I have had it fall out a couple of times. So I'm holding it in right here. But this is the color story right here. And that doesn't stay open very well either. See, it kind of flops open like that, flops closed like that. But that is the color story right there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mattes, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shimmers, I guess you would say, kind of satiny shimmers. They're not like, they're more subdued kind of shimmers, which I would expect from a luxury brand. Not going to be in your face kind of indie brand shimmers. So that's what it looks like, and it does stay open when you hold it open like this, so it doesn't flop closed. So if you're looking at it, if you set it down on the counter top like this, it does stay open like this. This does retail, I'll put the retail price down here because I can't remember. I think it was like $153, I think, something like that. But it does shut like that. And it is very nice component, I think. I'm gonna see. I think you're mostly paying for the packaging here, which is absolutely gorgeous with those flowers on it. And it's a little thick, but not too much. We're gonna do some swatches and do a look with this. And if you're interested in that, hang tight because we're getting right into it. Okay, these do not have shade names to them, but there are some really pretty shades in here. So we're just gonna go down the line, and this is that nice blue shade right there. And then it's got a little brown shade right there. So they're not the most pigmented things here. It'll be interesting to see what it's like on the eyeballs. I know, I don't put them on the eyeballs. I just like saying eyeballs. I might play with those blue colors today. Well, that's a nice blue there. Again, there are 12 shades in here. We got a nice purple shimmer as well, and a nice little peacock blue looking shimmer as well. Luxury brands aren't well known for their pigments, pigmentation, that is. I mean, not like indie brands are. But here's that kind of peacock blue right there. I'd be interested in playing with that. But there's all the colors right there. So I'd be interested. I'd be very interested in. I'm very interested in playing with this. This might be for your more subtle. This could be for more your subtle everyday looks. It's not like an evening palette like your Pat McGrath palette might be. I would dare to say that this is probably not worth the money. But definitely going to be, you're definitely paying for the packaging here for it. Now, what I'm seeing is that you're going to be able to refill it. I'm guessing refill it by taking out that packaging there, by taking that out and putting in another one, I'm guessing. But I don't know. I bought this from Sephora, and on Sephora you can't buy a refill packet. Maybe on the Gucci website you can, but I don't know if there's different color ways that you can buy. But on Sephora you can't. There's not. This is like the only color story they have. Okay, I'm gonna start off with this pink that they have in here. And I've already got all my primers on and everything. And okay, this is not bad. This is not bad at all. I don't know if you can really see that, but I'm seeing it show up. I'm not surprised that they don't have shade names. I mean, that seems a little excessive for a luxury brand to have shade names. When did because I don't remember when I was buying eyeshadows or seeing eyeshadows even in the drugstore when I was younger. They didn't seem to have names for the eyeshadows. Maybe for the whole palette, but the individual eyeshadows did not have names. I just remember seeing them when I was buying them in Ulta later on, when I was older. Like in my 20s, I would buy the single shadows, and those had the names. And then when I finally bought my Naked palette, sometime in the 2010s, those had names on them. So it seems like a fairly recent thing in makeup history, as far as makeup history goes, for shades to have names on them. In my recollection, that is. Whoa, this is the shade. This shade seems to be getting deeper the more it stays on my eye. Let me clean my brush off a little and see if I can. Well, this got really deep here. What happened here? We went from a soft pink to a very dark thing here. What happened here, Gucci? Maybe my eyes weren't completely dry or something like that. Okay, let's move on to a darker brown here. I'm thinking my eyes were still wet, which could have been my fault. Of course, I always want to blame myself, don't I? Let me try to fix this a little bit. Okay, I just put a little bit of powder on my lids because I felt like that was really, really dark. It felt like maybe my eyelids were still wet from the primer that I put on it. So just make sure your eyelids are prepped and dried off and not wet when you use this, because these colors can kind of react to that. I'm looking pretty good, but yeah, I would prep and set with this palette. Okay, we're looking pretty good. Prep and set. Because that pink was something else, I think. It doesn't look that dark in the palette. See, we're talking about this soft little pink here turning into kind of a monster on my eyeballs. Okay, now we're going to go into this darkest color in here, which is a very dark brown. And yeah, it is showing up. It is showing up for the party. Maybe you can wear this at night for a going out look. So we're going to blend that in. Let's be careful here. The only thing I've tried from Gucci is I have one lipstick from them, which is very nice. And I have 2 blushes, which we're going to use the new blush that I got from them, the Intense Plum. We're going to use that one today. I've used Rosy Beige from them a lot. Look at those colors showing up. Okay, we gotta. Okay, this is a lot. Okay, it's early in the morning. Okay, let's take some of that pink and a little bit of this other light brown. And what shimmers am I going to use to do? Well, I'm trying to tame down this dark color. Oh, I feel like I got to get the powder out again. Have you ever had a palette had too much pigment? You gotta go lightly with this. Okay, we're working on it. Let's go to some shimmers. No, let's go to some shimmers. Okay, we've got these purples. We've got these blues. This peacock. I've got to touch this peacock blue. I'm so intrigued by that. I've got to use it. I've got to use it in that light blue. Absolutely. I just feel impelled today. Is that a word? Impelled? I don't know. Sometimes I make up words. Oh, that is a beautiful color. I don't think I own this color in my collection. That's just beautiful peacock blue. And then we've got this light blue right here, which I'm putting in the inner part to complement this color. Okay, so this is what we've got. Just doing a little bit. Hopefully this won't kill the vibe here. Just putting a little bit of this brown in here. Trying not to kill the vibe here. Just trying to put a little bit more of this brown in the crease. Hopefully not killing the vibe. Oh, we're still good here. Okay, I think we're still good. Okay, let me clean my brushes off. Let me put some liner and mascara in, and I'll be right back to show you the look before I put on the rest of my makeup. Okay, here is the eye look with it cleaned up. I've got my Ciate London Fierce Flicks eyeliner on, and then I've got the Milk Makeup Kush mascara on, and I finally got my telescopic lift back. Went to the drugstore yesterday and got it back. Well, repurchased it, you know what I mean. And my eyelashes finally look good again. So that is probably my favorite drugstore mascara as of right now. So this is what we got going on. I think we got a winning look right now, but is it worth the price tag? We shall see. Okay, so I'm gonna go off and put on the rest of my makeup, and then we'll work on the lower lash line and talk about the palette. I'll try to remember to give my thoughts on the palette at the end of the video. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just give my thoughts as we go along. So, yeah. Okay, I will be right back and we will work on those things. Alright, be right back. Okay, here is my base face on. For foundation, I used the number 7 Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Serum Foundation in the shade Calico. For bronzer, I pulled out the LYS. This is the LYS Cream Bronzer in the shade Harmony. I haven't used this in a while, so I've been using that the last couple of days. For my blush, I use my new Gucci blush. This is in the shade Intense Plum, which is kind of intense, but I just use a tinchy bit, just a little bit, but it is very nice. I love the Gucci blushes. In fact, I'm putting this in my little to-go bag. For okay, brain reset. For highlighter, I use the Moira Honeysuckle highlighter. I don't think I'm going to be taking this with me. For brows, the usual suspects, the NYX brow mascara. And then for lips, I use the Rabanne and IDF and my new ColourPop lip gloss in Come Through. And then powder, I use the Fenty Pro Filter powder. Oh, I use the KVD Good Apple concealer. And then I think that's about it, right? I think so. Okay, so we got all of that in there. I already told you what's on my eyes. Let's work on the lower lash line. I'm going to go into this light brown. I'm not going to use that pink. I'm going to use this light brown and work. You know, I was thinking this look in particular, not this palette, but this look reminds me of something that I can get with the Zendo palette from Natasha Denona. Although I don't think these shimmers are exactly the same. I think those lean a little more green than blue. Don't you think? I don't know. Maybe I'll have to bring it out and swatch them together. But their colors are a little more red. Their mattes are a little more on the red side too. So I am getting ready for work in the morning. So I will be wearing this all day long. So I will leave, if you want to look in the description box, I will leave a wear test update on how this wore throughout the day. And I'll take this palette with me to work and do touch-ups throughout the day. I take a few breaks during the day and usually do makeup touch-ups. Okay, look at that, and I got my eyes all watery. Love that for me. Okay, hold back the tears, Jennifer, hold back the tears. It's just when I do that, it makes my eyes water. Because that brush, I need a softer brush to do that with. That's what I need. That brush is just getting too scratchy. And scratches me underneath my eyes too much. Then I'm gonna go in, did I use the light brown or did I use this dark brown? I'm going to line my lower lash with this darker brown. Do you hear my cat meowing? She needs attention, I think. It's early morning and nobody's awake to pay her attention. Okay, then we're gonna take this darkest color and outline the outside, pull it up a little, then we're going to you know what I do. If you're new here, I blend it out just a little bit. And then I'm gonna put in this lightest color here in my inner corner. It's a light shimmer, and then I'm gonna put on some of my Urban Decay in my waterline, put some Bad Gal Bang on my lower lash line, and then I will be right back with the final look. I'm gonna fix my hair up some too. So I will be right back with that final look and we'll talk about the palette. Okay, here is the final look that we got going on here. Put a little bit of that color in the inner corner. So here we've got the look here. Okay, 10 out of 10 for packaging for sure, what we got here. Now this did take a little troubleshooting on my part. In the beginning, I think my eyelids were a little wet, but you know, I've had my eyelids damp before when I've used palettes, and it's not been a problem before. But I would actually set my eyelids for this one if I was using it. And do I take points out for that? I mean, you might do that. I guess I probably would, because then I gotta remember to do that for this one. And sometimes I forget, sometimes I would forget to do something like that. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of a bummer for that. So, but if you already prep and set your eyes, then you're golden there. So like I said, I'm gonna take this to work with me and work on it throughout the day and see if I have to do a lot of touch-ups or not. Some palettes I have to do a lot of touch-ups on. Some other palettes I don't have to as much. So like I said, I will leave a description on the wear test for today. And otherwise I think it looks very beautiful, but my initial analysis, it's just an eyeshadow palette. I mean, I think the palettes that should cost a lot are the ones with the special shades. This one doesn't have any special shades in it. The shimmers are just shimmery. They're not like outstanding shimmers. The formula is fine. It blends well. It blends fine. It looks nice. It looks really nice. Initially, and the initial look is very nice, but I mean, it's not like spectacular or anything like that. I would pay. It looks like Natasha Denona quality kind of stuff. Like I would have paid like $69 for this palette for sure. But I mean, it's the Gucci name. It's the Gucci name and the Gucci packaging. So of course they're gonna charge a lot for it. So do I think it's worth the price tag? No, it's not worth the price tag at all. But as far as quality goes, as far as like the packaging and stuff goes, I mean, what I want to say, you're paying for the name. You're paying for the name. That's all it is. I mean, but it is good quality. It is good quality. It's just not, I don't know. I don't think any eyeshadow, like I said, if you're paying for special shades, if it was a palette full of special shades, yeah, then yeah, I would pay that much for it, but it's not, so no. So do I recommend you buying it? No, not unless you just want to have a Gucci palette. Okay, so I spent my money so you don't have to, okay? But yeah, I will still leave the wear test down in the description box. Thank you for joining me for this first impressions. Let me know what you think of the eye look. I think it turned out really, really nicely. And so, but yeah, thank you for joining me. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Be safe out there, and good vibes to everybody. Please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. All right, thank you so much. Goodbye.